Hey, what's up, people? My name is Mark Dollar. Thank you for joining us for our live stream of recording and production. I want to thank all the students and all of their families for just participating in this program and making all these songs happen. We have some great students within these groups, and I'm excited to show you guys what these songs sound like today. Firstly, I want to give a thanks to Matt Sandowski and Kevin March from the school for making this all happen. Without those guys, we would not be here today talking in front of you. I also want to give a thanks to my assistant today, Sir Phil Silverberg. He is down in Nashville living out his musical dreams, and excited for him and proud of him. He was able to do the remote sessions every single week with the school, helping out the kids to write better songs. So I'm super thankful to have him, even while he's about 1,000 miles away or something like that. I also want to give a thanks to Joe Billy for helping us with our live stream today. Joe is a musician and also an instructor here at the school, and he's been spearheading the live streams for us ever since the inceptions of them. So I'm super thankful for Joe. And I would like to give a round of applause and thanks for all the students. Let me start out with Sway Bethia and my home dude Sam Selikoff, Maple Monk, and Hannah Meyer. What'd you say? Oh, I didn't know that there was they just gave me your name as Hannah Maya. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so my bad. What is it? How do you spell it? N-A-J-M-I. It's hyphenated. Oh, okay. Najmi? Yeah. Okay. Hannah Meyer Najmi. Yeah. Cool. All right. I'll make sure I'll make that note. Michael Roberts, Daniel DiGeronimo, and Noel Marudian. I also want to give thanks to Charlie Van Weyerberg, Antonia Chaparro, Brianna Grier, and Logan Glasser. And that was our entire group for the group one. And I'm super excited to show what's going on with these songs. Basically, this group was an intensive that talked about how modern songwriters write songs today. In the record industry, we use something or a technique called referencing, which is basically writing songs in the style of said song to basically keep up with whatever musical pulse that's happening in the world today. As with pop culture, it's very directly related to culture in general. And so to keep things interesting for most artists, they have to use these methods to make sure that they're writing songs that are competitive. And so I believe that what we'll find with these songs is that they are indeed competitive. And I can't wait to show you guys what that sounds like today. We're going to start out with our first song. It was called Untitled Alternative with the producer and songwriter Logan Glasser and Brianna Grier. Everybody give them a round of applause. All right. How are you guys feeling today?
Good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Cool. So, what was the song's reference? What song did you guys listen to get a vibe for this song?
For me personally, it was mostly Deftones songs. I forgot. I don't remember how to say it again.
Hexagram.
Hexagram. Yeah, that
Yeah,
song.
we talked about that the first live
What about
stream.
you, sir?
So for my reference, I kind of went over like some dystopia songs, like population birth control.
Awesome. Yo, Dystopia and Deftones. First of all, Deftones is one of my favorite bands of all time. Like they're like up there
Yeah, I
when I
love them a
was
lot,
you
too.
guys' ages. I was listening to Deftones like White on Rice, you know. So yeah, for me, like that's a big band, and that's awesome that you guys were able to reference some really cool bands in there. What inspired you to write the song in the styles of Dystopia and Deftones?
Just because it's something. I mean, for at least Deftones, I don't listen to the other band. I've checked it out a bit, but I don't listen to it personally. But for Deftones, it's something I've been listening to for a while, and I just love everything about their music. I don't have one complaint. I've been like a fan of them for like about a year now. So I just wanted to make a song that, gave the same vibe as them.
Cool.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much the same as what Bryce said. I've Bree. I like how Dystopia songs kind of go, and I kind of like the idea of mixing Dystopia and Deftones together and
guys did
creating
really well,
the
actually.
song that we did end up making.
Yeah, no, I think you guys did that really well. Can you guys speak about some of the instrumentation or the vocal performances in the references that you guys picked that you wanted to maybe bring to your song?
At least for the intro, with Hexagram and our song, the intro, both of the intros are very like slow and quiet, and then it goes into this verse that's very loud. So that's my reference, at least. I don't know about you. Same thing, yeah.
Awesome. Cool. What is the message behind this song and the lyrics?
I wouldn't even say message, more so, I guess this song was kind of like going into a mentality of someone who's in a toxic codependent relationship or a friendship or whatever you want to consider it. And I think it tries, whoever would listen to it tries putting them in the mindset of this person and why like they could go through multiple things and still stay in this toxic environment regardless.
Interesting. How is your song different from the reference, your references?
I would say probably the meaning of it. But yeah, the meaning of it. Yeah, basically, yeah, that. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
If it's the same thing.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the meaning is definitely different, but other than that, I think the sound of it altogether is pretty similar.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure. What are some of the most special moments in creating this song, and what would you like listeners to look out for as they listen?
The little pre-chorus area and then the chorus. The lyrics in that mean a lot to me personally, and I think the verses talk about what they're going through, and then the pre-chorus and the chorus talk about this is why they're tolerating it. And I think that section's like really key. I don't know about you.
I really liked though, like when we were working on the song, just coming up with the lyrics all together was pretty fun.
Awesome.
And I feel like people just should, like, when they listen to it, I feel like they should like listen for just the lyrics and what, the meaning behind some of them.
Cool. I like that. What were some of your biggest takeaways from this program?
That writing music like professionally and getting into the business is a lot more than I thought it was, and that's not really a complaint because I still enjoyed it regardless, but it's definitely a lot more than I thought it was going to be. So
Yeah, no, same here. I definitely would have thought it was not going to be as much work as it is that you've shown us.
Awesome. Well, you guys definitely put a lot into this song, and so I'm excited to show you guys Untitled Alternative by Logan Glasser and Brianna Grier. Let's get ready to do it.
Use me like a battery until I run out, and I'm masquerading for you, for you, for you. Charge me alive out soon, but this one will be on you, on you.
Okay. Even when I scream,
I'm tired of going on, just to say my place is where
Alternative by Brianna Grier and Logan Glasser. Give them a round of applause. I know from home you probably can't hear them, but in studio audience, let's go.
Thank you.
I got an in studio audience today. You know, it's nice. I feel like I should be playing bossa nova music under this or something like that. It could be cool, you know.
I'm telling you, Phil should just like play a little quiet piano like he was really.
Hey, Phil. Hey, tickle the ivories, man. Come on. But thank you guys. First of all, thank you from the bottom of my heart for participating in this program. I'm so glad that you guys were able to come up with that song. It's a really awesome song, and I hope you guys continue to keep writing.
Thank you.
All right? All right, we're going to bring up our next artist. Well, the person that she wrote the song with is not here today, but I will be talking to her and getting a good perspective for both sides, and that is Antonia Chaparro and Charlie Van Weyenberg with the song Bassa. First of all, from home and my in-studio TV audience, give her a round of applause. Thank you, Antonia. Now, first, you've been a student here for a while, and oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to also connect, you know, be a good interview host. Maybe I could turn it like this. I could do like, oh, ooh, look at that. I did that. Look at that. I like that. What do you guys think? That's a good podcast look. Cool. So yeah, I've been here for a while, you know, after having taken a break, and you know, a lot of the new students I don't know, but when I first heard your talent on the guitar and everything, I thought, wow, she's going to be super talented one day, and is already talented and will be even more immensely talented in the next few years. So let's talk about your song Bossa Nova, or just Bassa for short. What is your reference for the song?
My reference is Billy Bossa Nova.
Oh yeah, which is a really awesome song. Mm-hmm. I was actually just listening to that song a little bit last night. It's a dope song.
Yes.
What inspired you to write a song in that style?
Honestly, I just wanted to do something different that I have never done before, and that was Bossa Nova.
Okay, so that was your first time ever doing a Bossa Nova song. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's awesome. I mean, many people are successful at doing that on first shot. You know, you don't really get the first jump on the first go, but it sounds like you did. I'm really excited to play it for people as well. Can you speak about the instrumentation of Bossa Nova, or like maybe some of the vocal performances in the genre Bossa Nova that, you know, you love about?
I really like the guitar vibe, and just how the guitar and the drums feel, like all the percussion. It's like very acoustic, and I just love the vibe. It's like very relaxing. Yeah,
I have a vibe from that song, your song too, for sure. Can you think about the certain things that you may not like about the genre as much that maybe you try to maybe change or give a new direction towards in your song?
Maybe there's like not as much build up to the song, and it all just like stays on the same level.
Okay. Now, as a quick side, you know, question. We also had a guest vocalist on this song, and that is our home girl, Maple Monk, over here. Well, do you want to join and talk to her about singing on the song? Sure. All right, give it up for Maple Monk, everybody. So Maple is singing on the chorus of the song. What was that like for you?
Well, it was I actually helped write the chorus, which was really fun. I loved working with Antonia because we'd never worked together before, and I feel like we just meshed really, really well. But a great thing about singing on the song is that I've never done a song like that before. So it was also really high in my vocal range, which I wasn't that used to because I usually do songs that are a little bit lower or kind of in my mid-range, but that was really a new experience for me. So I really did enjoy doing that.
Awesome. Really cool. It was really awesome to hear that you guys collabed on the song, and that just made a lot of sense to me because, again, as she described, it was a song or a genre that she's never really, you know, ventured into. So the fact that you took that journey with her was awesome. What's the overall message behind the song and the lyrics?
Honestly, there's nothing much. It's just like that romantic, mysterious kind of lyrics.
Awesome. I love that. I love that. How is your song different from the references Billy Bossa Nova?
Okay, so my song has a little guitar solo at the end, which Billy Bossa Nova doesn't have.
Okay. All right, cool. What were some of the most special moments in creating this song for you guys?
Well, my favorite part personally was just getting to work with Antonia because I feel like we wrote the chorus for that song and we just couldn't stop. So we just kind of, like, you guys were recording in here, so we were in the red room right over there, and we just started writing a different song, and it just kind of kept going. Because I'm a vocalist, I just started playing guitar. I'm really not that good, and Antonia, you're so incredibly talented that you were just like playing a random little like tune on your guitar. I'm like, oh my god, I already have a vocal melody for that. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
So that was probably my favorite part. Yeah.
Cool. What were some of your biggest takeaways from this program?
Okay, honestly, that we got to see how real artists like produce their songs, and they really don't have that much time to actually finish them.
Yeah, a lot of times they just have to get in the studio and just perform them. A lot of times, and this is something to keep note of, is a lot of times when an artist walks into a studio to record a song, it's already been recorded by like a reference singer or something like that makes it way easier. From a lot of times you might even hear the reference vocals carry on in some aspects. So yeah, it's a very interesting thing because artists got to do artist things and do the jet setter life and stuff like that. Cool. So I'm excited to play the song Bassa. This is one of the coolest songs, again, within this performance program, and I'm super excited and thankful that Antonia Chaparro and Charlie Van Weerberg, along with Maple Monk, were able to put this song to life. So this is Bossa Nova. Let's check it out. Where did my email go? There we go. It's coming right now. I already have these songs loaded, and they just take a little while. Here it comes. It's coming. Do you see some? There we go. This is that version I found. I don't know why this is the version, but yeah, that's weird. It's coming. No. Here we go. Just gotta be patient. Patience is key. Here it comes. I don't want to skip it though. There we go. That's where that
Let's film behind the scenes, that's what you asked. But there's something about the way I look into your eyes. I don't really know if I should try. But there's something about the way that you're looking tonight. Told me to come back, but it started to rain. There's something about the way you make everything worse. Don't worry about me, I'm holding up okay. After everything you did, how dare you call again? But it's about the obsession with you that's been going on. Even behind the scenes, I can't feel you close. I love you, I hate you, don't know anymore. And I got this kind of hold on you, an endless dream, you time I keep coming back, and I'm pretty sure I don't want you around, but your presence in the air is making me break down, and I don't even know if what I'm doing is right. But there's one thing for sure, you're going through my mind. I'm trying to forget about the things that went wrong. Maybe it wasn't your fault, maybe I've always been wrong, but it's about the obsession with you that's been going on. Even behind the scenes I can feel you close. I love you, I hate you, don't know anymore. And I got this kind of hold on you, an endless dream you never knew, and somehow I can't get past you. 'Cause behind the scenes I'm the star of the show, the kind of actress I'll never know. Keep messing me up and I don't know where to go. And I got this kind of hold on you, an endless dream you never knew, and somehow I can't get past you. 'Cause behind the scenes I'm the star of the show, the kind of actress I'll never know. Keep messing me up and I don't know where to go.
And that was Bassa with Antonio Chaparro, Charlie Van Weyerberg, and Maple Monk. Give them a round of applause. Hey guys, I want to say personally thank you for doing the show. I really appreciate that you guys were able to impart your immense talent in this show, and I hope you guys continue, as I know you guys will, continue to write. Cool?
Thank you.
All right, so let's get ready to move on to our next song. We're actually, what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to keep Maple up, and we're going to bring up Hannah Meyer Najby with their song Antique Store. Give them a round of applause. All right. So, I've been asking everybody all night, what is the song's reference?
So, as anybody in my life knows, I'm obsessed with Taylor Swift. So, we chose. So at this time, I think we wrote this song in maybe like early December. I was very much loving her album Folklore, and I listened to it. And the last track on the album, the deluxe track, The Lakes, is like a very nostalgic sounding old timey song, which I was just obsessed with the second I heard it. So Hannah and I, we were when we were signed to write together, we were just looking through some songs to like choose as a reference, and I was like, okay, we have to do The Lakes. It's just the best. So Hannah's a drummer and I'm a vocalist, so there wasn't like a lot of instrument options. So we were in the Red Room, and in the Red Room there's this old piano that I was just playing around with like the 3 chords that I know, and I decided, I was like, I love the sound of this piano. It just sounds like The Lakes by Taylor Swift. So we picked that as a reference.
Oh, wow. So the piano had a lot to do with like kind of inspiring that reference, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
totally. Yeah.
Wow. That's probably the coolest song to ever come off that piano ever. Can you, so yeah, I mean, that actually talks about, the instrumentation, the key sound and whatnot on that record, that Taylor Swift record. So yeah, piano, that's wild. What is interesting about your reference, or what is different about your song than the Taylor Swift?
Well, I think for our song, the like old timey feel is like the piano, but also kind of like the way that the piano looks, because it's like some keys are broken, like they don't work, and like it just like the way it looks very old and like vintage and like practically like it would come from an antique store. I think that's part of where the name came from, because it kind of like that piano was kind of how the song like started and came to be.
Wow.
So I think that's like a main part of the song.
That's like the second song I know that's about like a piano. You know, that Gautier song is someone I used to know is about an organ, like an organ. You know, so yeah, this is the second song I know about a piano. That's really cool. What is the message behind the song and the lyrics?
So one of the lyrics in our reference, "The Lakes" by Taylor Swift, is "Take me to the lakes where all the poets went to die," and it's about this lake where old poets who were aging and wanted something meaningful to write about, they'd go to this lake and they'd just go there until they died. So there's that sense of waiting that which I really liked, and I liked to incorporate this in the song. So like one of the lyrics, which sadly we didn't get to put down because I had a scratchy throat last week, and you know, as we were talking about earlier, a lot of artists when they're recording, they have limited time, so we didn't get to put like vocals down. But one of the lyrics that we had written, because we did write lyrics, was "And I'm still here waiting for you in our favorite antique store." So that's it, related to the reference in that way, and it was a main theme. So I feel like I kind of wanted that nostalgic sense of waiting and unknowing, and that's what I think the main takeaway of the song is.
That's awesome. What are some of the most special moments in creating this song that you guys can talk about?
I think definitely like when we first started and we were just like playing around on the piano, we both like had no idea. Well, you knew a couple of chords, but like. But, like, besides that, like, we didn't really know anything since, like, since she's a vocalist and I'm a percussionist.
Ghost of Bassa's past.
And I think also, like, when we, like, first started, like, recording just on, like, voice memos on our phone, I thought that it was, like, really funny because sometimes we would, like, mess up, like, a little bit and, like, we would just, like, start laughing, and that was, like, a really special moment. And also, we've known each other since we were, like, in second grade. And, like, we haven't really, like, talked in a while until now. And, like, we didn't know each other was, like, doing this performance program. So.
Wow.
I did not know that Hannah was doing this program. It was completely random. And then I think you walked in, like, you joined the program, like, a little later. So you walked in 2 weeks later. I'm like, oh, my God, Hannah. I was really excited when we got paired together because I knew you played drums, but I didn't like know that you wrote songs and stuff. So I'd never experimented with that with you, and I thought that it was a really great experience. It's just like we hadn't spoken a lot in middle school just because we went to different middle schools, and it was just amazing writing a song about you with like we have very similar music tastes. And that was like my favorite part of writing the song, honestly, just getting to reconnect after such a long time.
Awesome. Hannah, I have a question for you. What was it like working as a drummer in this program, going from just playing drums to like becoming a songwriter? What does that feel, and what is that? How did that go for you, and what does that mean for you?
Well, I think it was definitely very different than what I'm used to, because I'm normally used to just like listening to a song and then like playing the drums on it. I don't really go into like the lyrics and like the format. Well, I go into the format of the song, but like not like the like vocal format of the song, and like not like how like the vocal melodies and stuff. I don't really pay attention to that. I mainly just like focus on the drums, because like I feel like every drummer just does that.
Yeah.
But I thought I like found it really fun to kind of look at music in a different way, like from a songwriter's point of view.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't thinking as much about like the drums as I was like the vocals and the vocal melodies and stuff like that. I think that was cool.
That's awesome. What were some of the biggest takeaways from this program?
My favorite thing about this program was just getting to learn so much, not only about how professionals do it, but just how I knew how to do it, and like learning more about what I like in recording. I feel like that sort of self-discovery when it comes to songwriting really helped how much I write and the quality of what I wrote. So lately I feel like I'll look back at songs from like September that I've written, I'm like, oh, that was so awful. And I feel like this program really helped develop my music taste, my songwriting ability, and just the way that I hear and look at music from more of a method perspective. I thought that was like my favorite part about this program.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I'm excited to show the piano rough for Antique Store. I think you'll get a lot of the vibe that they were going for, and let's give it a listen. Hopefully it doesn't make that crazy. Cool. Ghost of Bassa's past there. That was funny. This is Antique Store. Check it out. There's so much sentimental value now for the piano now in the Red Room. I will always think about this song now. Yeah, I know. And that was Antique Store by Maple Monk and Hannah Meyer Najmi. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm ready to bring up Reichel Mauberts and Noel Meridian. So I just said Michael Roberts. I like messing with Michael because this whole season, you know, like when there's new students, you know, it's like always.
He's been calling me Daniel a lot.
I know. I used to call him Daniel a lot. I was trying to like say it in the nicest way that it would be funny, but you just gave up the joke, you know. So yeah, like the last live stream, I called him Daniel on purpose. That was the difference. But now his name is Reichel Mauberts. Give it up. Reichel Mauberts. I'm messing with you. Honestly, there was some of the fun, most lively group within the program, and they wrote a song called Brand New Day, and I would love to talk to them about that. Well, what was the reference for Brand New Day?
Mr. Blue Sky.
Which is an amazing song, by the way. What inspired you to go after Mr. Blue Sky?
Wait, I don't really remember.
See, I told you they were most lively.
I don't even think. What were we even doing? Oh.
Talking to the microphone.
I'm sorry.
See, I told you, you guys can't argue.
I don't even know what even were we doing? Did we just like put up random ideas?
I think what happened was we weren't working as much as we were playing around, and so I decided to take charge, which I do a lot. Trust me on that. And so I decided, you know what? We'll do this. Because that was the first song that came into my head.
And that's why I call him Reichel Mauberts.
Yes.
All right. Can you think about some of the vocal performances and instrumentation in Mr. Blue Sky that, you know, that you love?
Why? Because I've actually. So I've got to say I like the chorus a lot. It's very fun.
Cool. What's the message behind the song and the lyrics?
It was basically like cutting the toxicity out of your life, whether it be like just anything or like school. No, not school. Like friends, family, stuff like that.
That's good. I mean, any like.
Get rid of your friends. You don't need them.
Oh,
You can be successful on your own.
Like toxic friends. Like
toxic friends.
People who make you feel sad or angry.
All right. So, how is your song similar to your reference? How is it similar?
It's very upbeat. It's also acoustic.
Cool.
I think.
All right. And what is? Do you want to share about that?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. It was really upbeat, and since that was our reference, we tried to make it as upbeat as we could.
Cool. And yeah, there is the acoustic in the song for sure.
Yeah.
And Mr. Blue Sky, and I think we actually left the electric guitar in there to kind of beef it up as well. And how is it different?
Well, Mr. Blue Sky is, I think this is a wild guess. I'm pretty sure it's about the second coming of Jesus.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I mean, in the second chorus, the way he's talking about it, it just feels like it. But it's basically, at face value, it's about, it's kind of the same message as Here Comes the Sun. But, like, it's about clear sky. New beginnings, happiness to come.
You could have used that as a pun to say New Day because that's the name of the song.
I mean, that could have happened.
It did not.
All right. Any surrounding themes about the song that you would like your audience to look out for upon this listen of this song?
It's like, I really don't know, like, just the original message, like, if someone's making you upset or you can tell that they're being toxic or have, like, red flags, just, like, you don't need to deal with that.
Yeah, I could dig that. All right, well, we are about to be enlightened by a new day. Not the subject matter that came from Mr. Blue Sky, but this is Michael Roberts and Noel Marudia. I can't even see you. With a new day. Funny people here.
It's a brand new.
Wait. That's not it. Hold on. Why is it just that one? Hold on. Technical difficulties. That was weird. Hold on.
Okay.
Calm down, you look like a tomato.
Okay. I am older than you.
And yet I'm somehow taller.
What? Reset.
Okay.
All right, we're about to play Brand New Day.
Stay there. No.
Yeah, here we go.
It's like couples counseling.
Why is it that same one? I'm looking for. I guess it's like the two names. That's the one I sent to Ray. I'm not sure why I'm getting that one. Hold on. I got it. I'm gonna pull up the one I sent to Ray.
It's a brand.
Wait. How did? Wait. He got. No. Ray got. How did that happen?
It's just simply
used dark magic.
Ray used dark magic, huh?
It is simply just you singing.
I literally am putting up the same version.
Okay.
I'm not sure why that is happening. 1 second. That's really weird. Because when he played that version.
Then you can sing the entire song.
I mean, it's gonna be 20 seconds.
Oh yeah, you know what?
24 seconds.
1 second. I just wanted to figure out why this is happening. This is crazy. Because it's still the 25-minute version. Hold on, let me go to band.
What is that light? Wow.
That was crazy. 5
What?
There was a light there. It looked like headlights. So maybe someone turned their brights on. Oh, I bet that's what it was.
It's loading now. This should be it. Wait. Hey, Phil.
Yes, sir.
Can you send me your brand new day? For whatever reason, I can't. For whatever reason, I have 3 files for it, and every single one of them is just the acapella. It's weird because the one I sent to Ray, I pulled up, and that was the real version. So I don't know why this is it. This is crazy.
I'll send you a link to the one I have right now.
Cool. Yeah, just send me that one. I'll play that one.
Oh, I can't curse on the live stream.
Yeah, this is a lot.
Yeah, because you mixed that one. Yeah.
Children
Yep.
watching
Here we go.
this
All right, here we go. New day.
excitement, mystery,
Here we go.
anticipation.
It's on. There we go.
When nights become I am alone, thinking of all the things I should have known, watching as our fighting dies and grows, because of all the bad signs you've shown. But when I fall asleep, remembering all the distant memories, 'cause all those years we both knew, all I would do is think about you. But now gray skies are blue. It's a brand new day, and I'm feeling okay. All the bad times are away, and the good ones here to stay. It's a brand new day, and I'm feeling okay. All the bad times are away, and the good ones here to stay. You walk around with them, walking in the grass, wishing this day would end. But now I don't need to pretend, 'cause I can just find better friends. 'Cause when I fall asleep, remembering all the distant memories, 'cause all those years we both knew, I shouldn't have stayed if it wasn't true. But now gray skies are blue. It's a brand new day, and I'm feeling okay. All the bad times are away, and the good ones here to stay. It's a brand new day, and I'm feeling okay. All the bad times are away, and the good ones here to stay. It's a brand new day, and I'm feeling okay. All the bad times are away, and the good ones here to stay. It's a brand new day, and I'm feeling okay. All the bad times are away, and the good ones here to stay. It's a brand new day, and I'm feeling okay. All the bad times are away, and the good ones here to stay. It's a brand new day, and I'm feeling okay. All the bad times are away, and the good ones here to stay.
Now for the 19th time, Michael Roberts' acapella of the song.
We need to. Whoa. We need the full 24 seconds.
The full 24
Yes, the entire
seconds.
thing.
I can just
The
do it.
entire thing.
That solo version is
Humiliate
actually
me.
available for School of Rock NFTs. So his specific version is for $24,000
It's
as an
a
NFT
rare. It's a rare limited edition version.
of his
don't,
vocal.
Don't record it. You'll.
All right. Well, thank you guys for being some of the funniest songwriters in the group. I also thank you guys for writing this song. This song sounds really dope, and I hope you guys continue to write, and I hope you continue to songwrite as you do, because you're a drummer. You've been, again, like Hannah, you were doing like, your first kind of songwriting bits as a drummer. So I hope that felt good for you this time around as well. Cool. All right, so give him a round of applause. Reichel Mobberts. We're gonna bring up my home dude. Last but certainly not least, my homie, Sam Selikoff. Give him a round of applause. First of all, everybody's been talking about this sweater, Sam. First of all, can I have this sweater?
No.
Why?
It's mine.
I've lost a lot of weight. I lost 140 pounds, and I think I can fit it.
All right, you gotta pay me though.
How much?
How many NFTs do you got?
He's learned from you, man.
He definitely learned. Well, Sam has been here at the school for many years, and one thing I will say, I've always appreciated his tenacity, his workflow in terms of making music feel fun for himself, and I always kind of take note of that for myself. Sam and Sway Bethia have made a song called 2 for 1, and I want to talk to him about it. So, Sam, what were the references for the song?
All right, so I think our first and probably major reference is, I still can't remember the name, but it was an Ariana Grande song.
Yeah, I forget. It's like something. It's like 3 words.
Yeah, but the
you guys remember what those words?
But it was less of the actual like song itself and more the structure of that song that was a reference to us. Because what's interesting about the song is that it's split into 2 parts. So it's like has a little part of one song, ends, and there's another part. And I think then another one of the songs that was influential structure-wise, but also musically, is "Happier Than Ever" by Billie Eilish.
Which is a dope song, yeah. Oh, she got those snaps in for it, yeah. All right, so what inspired you to write the songs in the style of Ariana Grande and Billie Eilish?
I don't know. I thought it'd be fun. I actually usually don't write pop music, so thought it'd be fun to try some of that stuff,
Cool.
And also just liking the style. For example, I really like Billie Eilish, so doing stuff similar to her would be cool. All that.
What was some of the instrumentation that you could think about in some of those songs that inspired you?
Both of those songs, I think the main instrument was piano. In the Ariana Grande song, it was more of a synthy piano, but I know in the Billie Eilish song, I think she uses an acoustic guitar and piano, so just kind of bare bones at the beginning, and then at the end of the Happier Than Ever, it gets more kind of rock, so.
Okay, cool. And how is your song different?
Different, I think, well, like I said, the Ariana Grande song is kind of synthy, and the, I don't like synthy, but it's more of an electric piano, and Happier Than Ever has acoustic guitar. Ours is just bare bones piano and vocal, so
cool.
That's definitely something different.
So what's the message behind the song?
Well, it's called 2 for 1, and it's kind of personalities, who you are versus who you share yourself as, I guess. So it's 2 for 1 in a person. Yeah.
Awesome. What are some of the most special moments in creating this song that you would like to talk about?
Well, Sway is a very good writer, so it was definitely great to work with her. Also, just doing getting some new ideas, because like I said earlier, it's not always what I write, so I think it was special kind of getting more perspective from other people when I write, because usually I'm kind of just write what I feel like, you know.
Yeah, which is awesome. I've understood your style to be kind of garage rocky at times,
Yeah.
which is totally cool. I love that. You know, it seems very natural to you. So the fact that you were able to like, dive into doing pop is awesome.
And I think I'll probably try it again. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you should always try to write, a song in a genre you would least like to the most. You'll find some things out that you never would about yourself. So, all right. So this is the final song for the night, but definitely not the song that carries the least amount of impact for certain. This song is called "Two for One," written by Sway Bethia and Sam Selikoff. And I promise this will be an actual working version this time because I don't know how in the world that happened. That was funny. Cool, let's do it.
Is my least favorite deal. I'm not half off, yeah, that's how I feel. One day I'm me and one day I'm not, but it don't mean my price is off. I say I wanna know what you see in me. You think you know me, but there's two sides to me. I wanna know what you think when you see the other me, 'cause there's two sides to me.
Awesome. And that was Two for One. Give them a round of applause. Again, Sam Selikoff, Sway Bethia. I can't believe there was a lot of S's there. I didn't mess that up. Sway, Sam, But I want to give Sam and Sway, although she's not here, a round of applause for, again, doing the performance program, making these songs, and, just being here every single week. I really appreciate the immense talents that has been in this program. Every song in this show rather, is very special to me that they were able to incept it in the ways that they have done. And hopefully this gives them more ideas to write better songs in the future and also work with different artists that will, inspire them to do more of the same. Cool. Well, if you guys are all good, my name is Mark Dollar. I would like to give everybody a round of applause in the group. Again, Sam, Sway, Michael, Noel, Hannah, Antonia, Maple, Charlie Van Weyerberg, Daniel DiGeronimo, and all the others that came in. Where's Logan and Brianna? Sorry, they dropped out. Logan and Brianna, I thank you guys. Hey, Phil, you're the man as always. Joe, Nick at the desk, Matt, Kevin. I'm naming everybody that I can just so I don't leave anybody out. I want to thank you guys, and we'll see you guys for the next live stream coming up in a few minutes. Thank you. Hey guys, my name is Mark Dollar here. I am with my SOR recording and production group. Please give them a round of applause. Before I introduce the lovely cast that we had, I would like to just say a few thanks. I want to give some thanks to Matt Sandowski and Kevin March for making all this happen. I would like to give a shout out to Phil Silverberg, who was my assistant living in Nashville during the time. It was really awesome to have Phil sharing his expertise and whatnot throughout the program, and I was glad to have him aboard. I would like to give Joe Billy a thanks for doing our live stream today. Joe has been spearheading the live stream process for the school ever since its inception. So with that being said, I'm ready to introduce my group 2 of the SOR recording and production songwriting program. I want you guys to give it up for Grant Firsch. You can clap for him. Levi Wasserman. Jude Ford. Ben Lepak. Angelo Limentani. Nico Leave, and Sky Hall. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I missed anybody. Cool. Yeah, so this is the group. Now, one thing about, if you watched or if you were a part of the first group, we had a lot more isolation going. But with this group, they seemingly collaborated all together, so I thought it would be great to just have them all up at once so we could kind of get a feel. And they did a really good job of making a cohesive sounding record, and I wanted to get a feel from all of them and being able to talk about all of these songs. So we'll go through one by one, talk about the songs, and we'll go from there. All right. Phil is back. Word. All right, so I think it would be cool just to get started with the song, right? We should just hit him off. We just hit him hard, right? So what do you think? We should hit him off with that the Bruno Mars kind of thing? Yeah. All right, we should hit him, right? All right, cool, let's do it. So this song, and we'll talk about the references. This song, I forget what we call this. What should we call this one?
I don't think anyone really had any.
Did you guys have a name for it? I think I called it something, but I called it, what did I call it? Afterglow. That's what I called it.
That's a good one.
Cool. All right, so let's check it out. This song's called Afterglow.
You're watching the songwriting process right now. We're titling it.
Yes. It's coming.
Lately I've been pacing, my mind has been racing. This feeling of chasing, fingers interlacing. I know what I'm saying, just don't know how to phrase it. Might as well embrace it. So don't make me wait. You don't make sense for me. Feel it in our energy. Feels where I wanna be. Baby, we've got chemistry. I don't make sense to you. I can tell you want me to. Rosy pink and cobalt blue. Tell me what you wanna do. I hold you in the afterglow. I'll be yours, you'll be mine.
Everybody, I'll just start breakdancing.
Only so many ways that this thing
Grant will faint if I just start breakdancing.
You escape my daydreams now. We're face to face. Stare you down, called your name. You're my favorite mistake. This
I'm about to say. I was like, oh, snap.
Baby, we've got chemistry.
I'm like, well, what happened?
I hold you in the
I'll put it on,
I'll be yours, you'll be mine.
that's right, got it. My internet on.
Only so many ways that this thing will go. Just don't leave me behind.
Wow. So, all right. So that was Afterglow by SOR Group 2. I feel like we should have a name. It shouldn't just be Group 2. You know, that really does suck. But we'll figure it out by the end of if you guys got any ideas for names, put it in the chat or something. You got to pay me for the name, though. You know, $500 per entry. All right, cool. And the copyright. That's not even included. All right, so what was the reference of this song, guys? You could grab the microphone if you need to.
Forgot the process. Sorry about that. I feel like we had a lot of references for this because we kind of all have very different music tastes, so we kind of wanted to put everything in there. But I think Silk Sonic was one we definitely wanted to do because the new album was like phenomenal in my opinion. I don't know. Other than that, definitely just R&B, just in general, and kind of putting a lot of funk into that because I think that kind of blend is really cool.
Yeah,
if anyone else has anything to add?
Yeah, you've been one of the producers of the song. You know, would you say that like you were going for that 70s vibe?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Silk Sonic really brought that back too because
Yeah.
not as many people were doing that since that time. So, really taking from specific songs on that album, especially like Skate, was key in making this song. So it's great. Yeah.
Cool. Well, what is it about that 70s instrumentation that you guys love so much that when it came back and made it like an impact on the scene what was it that?
I think especially the drums, the drum tune, especially the snare and more like core 4 on the floor type stuff. That's definitely it. And also the cleaner guitar and the synth. I mean, there wasn't synth in here as much as like there was back then, but those are the biggest things.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. Anybody want to add to that?
It's just fun. Honestly, just the whole vibe of the song and all the references. It's just fun, I think is just the most simple way to put it. And that's all I have to say. It's a very fun song and fun references, and it's blah, blah, blah.
And just to add something I was going to say as well is also like I know it's going to sound weird, but like the real sounding, like kind of the real quality of it, because it's like real instrument, that kind of stuff, which a lot of music today is not really like that with like drum pads, all that kind of stuff, vocal pads, all that kind of stuff. So I think I really like that personally. Like the bass sound, the guitar sound, everything's clean, everything's nice. So
I grew up with that. That's what I grew up with. Like live instrumentation, and when the music industry started going towards like more synthetic. I can't even say the word today. Synthetic stuff, like the MIDI stuff. And don't get me wrong, all that stuff is great, but it's always good to just be in contact with a drum set.
Absolutely.
Like a real guitar, and that's going to be a little dirty, a little out of time, this, that, and the other, real vocals and such like that. Now, what is different from your song to the reference? Like, can you think of any differences? I know you just mentioned that it was synth or something like that.
Yeah,
they using.
We went away from the synth a little bit, but like we still have it.
I would definitely say like a lot of Bruno Mars and that album specifically is a lot of like vocal harmonies and like a lot of kind of overarching vocal harmonies that have different types of stuff, which I think we didn't really do in this song.
Yeah.
I think we possibly could add that, but I think just for now, like that's basically the main difference.
Awesome.
I think also the bass sound too. They don't really we have a very complex bass line in our song.
Yeah.
I feel like with Silk Sonic they do have that, but they kind of mask it behind like the guitar and the singing. Because that main thing is just Bruno Mars and it's a pack. Like that's the main.
Yeah,
part so.
That's like that kind of vibe on that song for sure. What's the message behind the song, Sky?
So I kind of wrote this song about like having someone who you really like and who really likes you, but you don't really know what to do about it. And like you really don't like know it doesn't really make sense for you, but like you do it anyway.
Yeah, I can understand it. So it's a song. It's like a guilty pleasure song.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I dig it. That's really cool. So what were some of the most special moments in the song that you guys want to talk about and let the audience know about? In creating a song, what were some of the most special moments that you guys were able to share?
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, when we were first writing it, we were kind of throwing around all of these ideas, and we didn't really have anything that stuck. And then you played that the first part of the song, that that groove.
Yeah.
And then we all kind of hopped on that, and then we all kind of looked around, and we were like, this kind of fits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like one thing, I grew up playing like 60s, 70s soul all the time. So it's like when you guys wanted to write that song, it was like, yeah, this is like something I felt so natural to. So I'm glad you guys were able to dig that, because we could have went so many different ways on that for sure. I should probably get ready to do another song on that one. What do you guys want to hear? What should we play them? You want to do the Chan one? What did I call that one?
Probably No Idea.
Oh, yeah.
I called it.
We have a very good story for that one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Really
there is
creative.
definitely no song name for this one, but yeah, we'll call it No Idea. So this is No Idea. SOR Group 2. We're still working on the name too. Waiting for that chat.
I've been waiting for tasks to come undone. I can't rise when the sun does. Fire blew away with the leaves and the fall. Storm's gone, but that's not what I
Still working out a name for that one, but that was our Chan flavored song. There's a band that we reference, and usually I ask the question, but based on the name of the song that we wrote it, so you guys referenced the band Chan. Can you tell me more about that for this one? Or were there any more references? Just other
Well,
than
I
Chan?
mean, technically we didn't have any. We kind of just, yeah, he just had that riff, and then we threw it together. And I think originally in our heads it was going to be an instrumental, and it obviously because of his first guitar riff, it
Yeah.
had that kind of Chan feel. And
Yeah.
then once we started like piecing the song together and adding the parts, it felt more like, there's still that math rock feel, but it almost turned into like kind of a funk song, to be
Yeah.
honest, especially once we decided we definitely wanted vocals.
Yeah.
And I feel like we found a way to blend two things that you don't really see together.
Yeah, which is
Just
cool.
because they're pretty different. you know?
Yeah, you know what? It's kind of crazy. I still feel like that math rock, progressive rock, metal world is still like trying to find its way into like the mainstream.
Yeah.
And so what we're seeing even with this song is the foundations of that, because even when you talk about artists like Polyphia, they're still trying to find that one song that could get like the R&B kids going. But yeah, this is the way it's going to start, just to continuing to experiment. So yeah, there's also the adage that there wasn't any reference. Could you guys just talk about that? What was it like for you to come up with the song, the guitar part?
Yeah, well, for that, I was just gonna say for references, like specifically, even though I guess like you could say like band-wise, I feel like there weren't references. Like you said, we tried to make like a cohesive record, so I feel like we were just trying mainly to shoot for that like R&B sound, and even like it started with like a math rock vibe, but like Mark said and like Angelo said, I'm glad we got to merge it with that like funk feel, because I like the product. I hope you guys do too.
Yeah.
And yeah, that intro riff too, like that's Sean's songs. Like for those who don't know, it's like math rock is like really fast, really weird timings. And that song like kicked my ass to record, and I wrote it. And it probably kicked Mark's ass to like fix up.
Oh yeah, no.
People writing with me probably wanted to kick my ass because I messed it up.
Nah, G.
Time, so.
I appreciate that you wrote
it.
it. No, it's cool. I'm glad you wrote it. I'll fix anything up if you wrote it. If it's hot, my rule has always been whatever's hot.
And that's the thing. Honestly, without Mark in this entire thing, like I just want to let it be known that like Mark, like he really had a big hand in helping write these songs. And at the end, you heard that clean bass part. That's Mark flexing his chops, and I'm glad he got to do that with the long outro. So we're happy to have you, bro.
Thank you. I'm happy
no
to have
problem.
you guys. I'm glad you guys did the program. This is my passion. This is my love. Phil's love too. If Phil was here, we'd be two peas in a pod going at it the same way. So it's, this is our passion, and we also, continue to aspire to do this. And as being two producers that are in the game, like making, some things happen right now, it's always good to, give back and, give some of that knowledge out. So I'm glad you guys did the performance for sure. What was some of the most special moments in creating this song?
I feel like definitely our chorus. I feel like we definitely had a big thing where it's like da da da. I don't really. I'm not gonna like do the notes for it.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
that's the most I can do there. But
when we hit him with that da 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 da, yo, that shit was hard.
Exactly. They should know about a part. But no, we definitely really enjoyed that. I think all three of us were like, oh my god, because I think you ended up coming up with that first part.
Did I? I don't
Yeah, because on
think
the
I did.
bass because we had a different chorus originally.
We originally were talking about going back to that intro riff for the chorus, and then you came up with the actual chorus, and then after that we decided we still wanted to do something with that intro riff. And I think, in my opinion, the most special moment is the first time we ran the bridge. The two of them were like jumping and dancing, yelling around the room while we were playing it.
he's hitting the ride, and it just sounds so cool. Ding, ding. It's really cool. You know, it was just a cool part, but me and Drew were definitely getting hyped for that. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, they got hype. No, I love the energy. Like, that's a good energy to have because, like, producers, when I work with producers, like, they're some of the most lively people in the room. So the fact that they were able to show you their, excitement, that was awesome. Let's see. Where are some questions? What were some of the biggest takeaways while recording that song, that you could talk about in terms of what you've learned or anything like that?
I mean, obviously the main takeaway would be that Angela is nuts with it, and like never misses. But yeah, like I said, it's just obviously write creatively, write whatever you want. Like I said with Angela and Sky, writing's way easier because it sounds dope as hell, kind of no matter whatever you write. But yeah, if anyone wants to take the mic.
Sky, what is the overall message of this song?
So this song is kind of about feeling like you're like almost like reborn and you've been not really feeling like yourself for a long time and you finally like get back to that point with like having people help you get back to that point where you feel like excited and like lively again.
Oh, awesome. That's a beautiful thing to talk about. Word. Let's see. Let's get ready to move on to another song. So this one is still... Now, one thing I want you guys to note is that these are what I like to call pre-production roughs, and where we got a lot of these, ideas going. To be honest with you, some of these are the first time that some of the students are hearing them since they've recorded them. It's a tricky, challenging season in terms of getting everybody in, but once we got everyone in, we were able to really make some things happen. Now, we still have a few more days before our second live stream, and we will be working on some of these songs as we go. But I wanted to present a really dope song that's in works that will be way more put together by Saturday, and that's a song that Grant and Nico wrote.
Yeah, and Levi.
And Levi.
He was the one who originally like.
I was playing stuff and then we liked it, so.
Cool. So let's peep the song. What's cool about this is by the time next time you guys hear it, it's going to have drums, it's going to have a lot more going on with it. So it's cool to see songs happen in their inception. So let's check this song out and let's talk to the group about it. I called it Where You Are.
I know you think nothing will ever go your way, that every little thing is always gonna stay the same. But if you turn around, listen to my voice, maybe you could see that you really have a choice. You could run and hide, throw it all away, lock yourself inside, till you're something on a day.
We will though.
Look where you are. Don't make me sad. Don't make me blue. No, you've come so far for all that you've had that's happened to you. I see through the lie you've got stuck in your mind about what you can do.
Or Ben, whichever one. We'll figure it out. All right, cool. So first of all, even while the song is in its inception, I love a lot of the melodies. I love a lot of the chord choices. It has a lot of strong potential, And let's talk about that. So what were some of the references in this one? I remember this day kind of well, to be honest. Like it was like three of you
It was
guys
me,
here.
Grant, and Nico, and Mark, so we were really the only people in here.
We couldn't work on the actual songs.
No, we couldn't. So we were just like, all right, let's write something new. So I don't, honestly, for references, I wasn't really thinking about anything. I kind of had started, I think, with that D major 7. I'm pretty sure what it was, right? Or the E flat 7. Yeah, E flat 7. My fault. A little tired, but no. But we started with that, and I kind of just wanted to add just cool chords and stuff that sounded really nice with resolves and all that kind of stuff. I know me and Grant kind of spent like, I don't even know, like an hour and a half kind of like just being like, all right, what's the weirdest thing we can do with this to make it sound cool within the key, and we kind of just wanted to do that. So that's kind of the plan.
I mean, I obviously, as Levi said, there weren't any like solid references. I think I sort of retroactively referenced Hey Jude, especially in the lyrics. It's sort of the same like, I mean, Don't Make Me Sad is pretty similar to Don't Make It Bad. I think is Don't Make Me Sad a line in Hey? It's not.
I don't think so. No.
I don't know. It's not Hey Jude. No.
Well, one thing, I'll be honest, I don't get the vibe. I mean, I get the vibe of Hey Jude, but I don't get it when I listen to the song. So
no, production, the way that it turned out, not so much, but I don't know.
Which is good. I personally think I wouldn't want to create Hey Jude 2022 in this one. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely not the same. It's just like, if I had to say something, it's like, lyrically, I don't know. But
rock and
that's
roll. No, that's
just
cool.
The rock ballad, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, Meatloaf just passed away, so it'd be cool to get, you know, kind of get like a little rock ballad on, you know. But I can't wait to continue to work on that song. We'll be working on that song in a few more days, and we'll get that song sounding great for the next live stream.
Yeah, I mean,
go for it.
Yeah, I don't know if you were gonna go to the next song, but I do have more to say about it.
Okay, go for it. Yeah. No, take the mic, girl.
Yeah. I think just there's more that there exists significantly more than you heard. It just hasn't been recorded yet because there has not been a lot of time.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think all of us can agree that we could have used more time, but that's just inevitable with everything.
Yeah, every artist will say that. You know, I wish they had more time to do my record and this, that, and the other. So yeah, it happens.
I think with generally the themes of the song, I went sort of. It's about someone who's kind of starting to give up on themselves and just sort of trying to encourage someone to see like they don't have to give up, and they have basically helping someone with imposter syndrome, to put it simply. And I think it's just something that not a lot of songs are about, is sort of the other side of, no, you are good enough, because there's plenty of songs about, I feel like I'm not, but the song is sort of more hopeful and uplifting. It's like, no, you are awesome. Look at all of this stuff that you've done. You can keep going on. And I think, especially now, in these unprecedented times, which have become pretty precedented at this point, I think everyone can use a little bit of that advice.
Yeah, no, what's interesting is I didn't know any of that, but I called it "Look Where You Are," because it seems like you're trying to just say to your audience members, is just, look at what you've done, and look how awesome that is.
Just putting everything back into perspective.
Cool. All right, so we got one more song from the group. This one was a little bit of a late bloomer, but with that being said, I had a lot of fun working on this one. It just kind of came out of nowhere. And, yeah, this one will definitely take a little bit of a level up, too, in the next few days. But this one, what did I call this one? I called it Creeping, because you said something about creeping in the song. Yeah. We'll talk about it.
Names.
Let me see.
Names are overrated.
Names are overrated. I want to play.
That's the name of our group. Names are overrated.
Cool. Names are overrated. I like that name. All right, so this is Names Are Overrated by Names Are Overrated.
I see you creeping around the walls of my house, taking up too much space, and it's all over now. You're keeping me up from underground. I could just say I'm done, and it's all over now. I miss how I feel when we first met. I try to forget what you've been doing. No, 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 no. Lost in your disguise. You split me in two, and baby, that's when I knew. You crawled into my mind, I had let you inside.
Yes, that was Creepin' by, what's the name again?
Names are overrated.
Names are overrated.
Unless anyone comes up with an actual.
Did anybody in the chat come up with a name?
Come on, Dad. Come on.
Come on. Come up with a name. And give me $5,000. You know what I'm saying?
I know there's the Lonesome Prairie Dogs in the chat. My parents are in a band. It's called the Lonesome Prairie Dogs. So I know you can come up with names.
Yeah, if you came up with that name, you got to be able to come up with anything. All right. So let's talk about that song. First of all, I want to give a special thanks to one of the students in the show. This season presented a lot of challenges, and one of the first challenges I thought about, during the season was, wow, how am I going to be able to like record drums in a loud ass school, with lessons going on and stuff like that. But thankfully, I have a student in the program who has been, showing his immense interest in recording and mixing and drum performances, and that is Angelo Limentani. I want everybody to give him a round of applause because he definitely came through. And I'll be honest with you, I would expect like a high school drum recording to be tons of issues, but when I got these drum tracks, I gotta say there were some really damn good sounding drum tracks that were mix ready. They were ready to work in the songs. And on my mix of the song that we did, I didn't resample anything. I just let the mixes go, the samples go. So wanted to say good job for that. Maybe talk a little bit about that before we go. So what was that like for you?
Well, I think for this song specifically, I had a pretty specific sound in mind. I don't really have a good. It's hard to explain like what I was hearing in my head, but I had a certain part that I felt like fit in with what you were doing, and I don't know. I just sat down and I like retuned my drums and I kind of set everything up because I was just looking for this certain sound. I muffled my kick a little more, like I tuned my snare up a little higher, but it was just the kind of thing. I mean, I've been recording myself drumming for 2 years now.
Yeah, it sounds good, man. Like I said, there are so many drummers I know that have done that, and even drummers I know that have been playing for a very long time that aren't able to get great sounding tones like that. And that's a career right now. Actually, one of my good friends, his name is Dylan Lissing. He's done like drum setups for like Alicia Keys and all that stuff. But that dude literally makes $1,000 just a performance for people just sending him tracks in, and he'll set up the sound and all that stuff and get the recordings good, and then send them some of the best sounding drum recording tracks necessary. So just wanted to say great job on that and on the other songs as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, that song in particular was like a doozy because our reference was Hiatus Coyote by Fire. And I love that song. I think the first thing I did for that was I actually learned By Fire. I learned it right before I wrote this. I was just like, you know what? I have never wrote a song like this, so I want to get a feel for writing like it. So I went up and searched up a YouTube guitar cover of some dude going through the chords for By Fire. And then out of nowhere, I was just like, you know what? Okay, I think I know what the tune they were on, what station they were listening to when they did it. And so, yeah, I just kind of manipulated my own timings and my own chords. I kept a lot of the similarities in terms of how they're swinging time and stuff like that. But generally speaking, those are two songs that couldn't be as far apart from each other as possible, too. What would you say about some of how you were able to come up with, your drum parts and stuff like that?
Well, when you had sent me the tracks, I kind of did exactly what you did, to be honest. I I don't know many Hiatus Coyote songs. I really only know two. But
Yeah.
I just sat down at my drums and I put them on and I played through them. And then I played your track and I just played it over and just started writing parts.
Yeah. You did the exact same thing I did, which was like, okay, I need to put myself in the vibe of what it's like to even play this song.
Yeah.
And then I was able to make certain ideas and certain things come about with that, which was really cool. Let's see. I mean, I guess our differences from our reference is that, we're in a different key. I guess it might be the same tempo, but, we don't have as many synths in the song, and
Yeah.
there aren't any keys yet. I definitely want to add some. We have our amazing key master over here, Grant Bursch, But yeah, we'll definitely be leveling up with that with him and whatnot. But generally speaking, yeah, like they are pretty similar, but the feels, it's kind of hard to explain because of what you're doing on the song. Their song is a lot more straight ahead, whereas you're doing a lot more time changes and stuff like that. They do some time changes, but I guess not as much as we do.
Yeah, well, not in By Fire specifically. I feel like I ended up referencing their song Molasses a little more.
Yeah.
Which is, for the verses, for anyone who's familiar, there's like a pretty straight ahead feel, but the drums are kind of like every now and then they'll like throw in a stop and then they'll start, manipulating the time and everyone else will follow it.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, just with the tracks you sent, there was a lot of like room for that stuff. Like I was able to fit a lot of things under what you did. And something I like about this that stays kind of true to how By Fire is, I mean, they do a lot of things, but there's not that many parts to the song.
It's not that many parts.
I don't know how many in By Fire, but I mean, in this song, there's only 3 parts.
Yeah, there's only
You know what I
3
mean?
parts. Yeah, they do like a solo section. I think there's one additional section. They have their intro is much different than. So yeah, I think we have a few less parts than what they do in their song, and which I kind of like because it makes this a song that's as technical as that easier to follow.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, guys. So I got a few questions to wrap up. What was some of the biggest takeaways of this program for you guys? Like, and you guys could take a moment to answer that individually or as a group or whatever you feel. Who wants to start?
I'll start. I feel like definitely just watching with you. Like I remember asking you a lot of questions about the producing and just mixing and everything. And I think just getting a kind of an insight into that process, into like what actually happens when you produce, like with the thing we were doing with the drums and kind of making sure, okay, this is in beat 2 and this is in beat 4, and then you add this on the end and whatever it is. It's like that's drum stuff, but it's just more of it's like getting an insight on that process. You want to say something?
Yeah. I was gonna say like, I think just for me personally, the biggest one is like don't be afraid to find your references and like use them to like the best of your ability. Because we wrote like the R&B song, Mark's like, oh yeah, like slap some Dr. Dre Chronic sounds on that or something like that. Like, and like it's honestly like that makes you kind of like the most versatile musician you can be, and as well as the most versatile songwriter. Like you can pull influences from. It's like making food. Like, use a bunch of spices. That's what we're doing. We're like using a bunch of spices on our song. You know what I mean? So it's like, if we blend it well, that's how. I mean, I'm not one to like dictate what good music is, but to me, that's how you make unique music and music that you can be proud of, and that's what I would define as good music. So that's the biggest thing. Just like, I mean, and references like to differentiate between like people would say like that's a ripping off like. Nah, it's just using like people you find as like a worthy influence, because like you can tell when something's ripped off. Like "Creep" by Radiohead, it's like your favorite song. They pay royalties to like the Hollies because like it's the exact same chord progression. Like it's not to that extent ever, but just using like little hints of whether it's a drum sound or a melody from like your favorite song, it can really aid you in the songwriting process.
Yeah.
And I think to sort of go off of what you'd said about references, I think before doing this, that wasn't really something that like I consciously knew that you could do. Like, of course, everyone's songwriting is gonna be influenced by the artists that they listen to, and I've sort of accidentally written songs that I thought could be by some of the artists that I like even before taking this program, because that's how art works. You do similar stuff to the stuff you consume.
Yeah.
But I think even then, like the first thing that we did in the program before any of the songs that you heard was we all together wrote a song that was basically fight song but minor. Fight song but like 3 times edgier.
Yeah.
And I think just the actual learning experience of that, of like, okay, I don't think any of us are actively listening to fight song.
Yeah.
No. Any of us other than
I
Levi.
think Levi's very offended right now.
I mean, I will say that song was my entire childhood. But
you know, one thing
the
I will
fact
say
that-
about the referencing that, not to cut you off, but even for me, when I started doing it, I remember when I first did it with this producer named Hakeem Bell, still a good friend of mine. He worked with Cool and Gang, all types of people. But when he said it to me, and the way he said it to me, it was like, man, that's so disgusting. Why would people want to, like, take other people's songs and, like, you know, try to, no, like, it should always be organic and new. But then I started to realize, like you could almost try to write a song unless you're straight taking the chords exactly. Like, you could write a song in the style of a song so close, and it will still have very stark differences. Like, Angelo and I basically just told you guys, we basically just admitted we both learned and played through Hiatus Coyote by Fire, like literally before writing that song. And then that song came out. Now, does it sound like By Fire? It might have certain feels like it, but to me, it does not sound anything like that, because you have your own, you know, kind of identity towards the song. What were you going to say, Sarah?
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely true, and like I feel like it rings true in the first song we played, because like I definitely, just for me at least, like when we wrote that, I was listening to that Silk Sonic album like literally all the time when we wrote that, and I think everyone here was too, because we were talking about it when it came out. But yeah, I just feel like the references are very good, especially in the songwriting process. Like just as he was saying, it's like it's very good to kind of take influence and take that kind of stuff. Just even if it's like, yeah, the Dr. Dre Chronic sound is like a super cool keyboard sound, you could do that. And like, that's what I love doing, is taking kind of one thing, one rap, trap beats or trap drums or whatever it is, kind of putting that into a different genre, putting that into a different type of music and making it sound cool. So
cool.
A takeaway I had. Yeah.
Oh, Grant, we got Grant! Yeah. Everybody, hi, Grant!
Finally saying.
Hi, Grant!
Yeah, all right. Takeaway I had is that.
Hi,
Grant! To not be scared to just throw out any ideas you have. Like in the first song we had about Fight Song, the snare drum in the chorus is an audio recording of me kicking my locker. Like there are, like anything that you have that you think could work in the song definitely could. And that the references that you have can definitely not even be what the song finishes to be.
Yeah.
There were a lot of songs that we made that didn't sound like how they sounded in the beginning at all. I didn't personally work on the Math Rock John song, but that morphed into a kind of combination of the funk with the with Math Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels different.
And yeah. Yeah, another takeaway is that it's just like a fun process to go through the whole production. Like the unfinished song that me, Nico, and Levi have, I had a lot of fun writing it, just adding it a bunch of jazzy stuff.
That's cool.
Extended chords and stuff to make it more interesting and
It
just having
started
fun.
off with a lot of just messing with chords and melodies, and there was quite a bit the first day that we were writing it, that it was just way overcomplicated and we had to sort of tone it back.
Yeah.
But I think what we There were so many weird major 7 diminished sus whatever. I don't think that's a combination that you can have. But I think just yeah, I wasn't going anywhere with this, but our song was very fun. But anyway, what I was gonna say, aside from that, is also just about the reference thing. It's like drawing references. It's like having the basic skill set of knowing, like, okay, this is how you write a pop song. This is how you write a funk song. This is what this song is doing with drums. This is what this song is doing with lyrics. I think just knowing how to take inspiration from so many different things to combine it, like the Funk Chon song, just taking all of these disparate elements to create something that's truly unique and original and interesting. Like, taking stuff, like, even if it doesn't seem like, oh, I'm using stuff from other things, that doesn't seem original, just the way that you can combine it, it sort of gets your brain working in different ways than it usually does.
Yeah.
It's sort of taking you outside of your comfort zone to specifically write a song that you wouldn't usually write, and then who knows what you're going to come up with after.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Anybody else want to add to that before we get ready to go? Well, guys, this has been an amazing live stream. I want to thank everyone in my songwriting group too. Nico, Grant, Jude, Levi, Sky, Ben, Angelo. You guys are always awesome. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for doing this program. I know you guys will continue to work on your songs and make yourselves into better songwriters. Please keep me in the loop of what you guys are doing. I know you are always playing. You guys are always doing stuff. So please let me know. And yeah, we have one more live stream this coming Saturday, I should say, at the Magic Door, which is an amazing studio in Montclair, New Jersey. And we will be checking out the songs again, checking out the newer versions of these songs, and having the same old good time we had today. Anything you guys would like to say before we go? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we want to say thanks, Mark, and I just want to say thank you to everybody. You know, some people think the songwriting process could be one-sided, but like honestly, like everyone put in like a lot of work. Like our song, like Angelo's going crazy on the drums. I was writing guitar. Levi played me the recording when I needed, and handed me water and all that, and fanned me down. So that's all I needed. But yeah, honestly, like thank you guys. Had a great show. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. We'll be checking this out again on Saturday, and I look forward to hearing more music. And please stay in the loop in regards to anything School of Rock. My name is Mark Dollar. I'll talk to you soon. Remember, $5,000 for whatever name you got. All right. Peace. Good job, guys.